I was a barbell lover, did what everybody would do and squatted on every leg day because I cared about the size of my legs. But the results I got was disappointing at best. But I knew what I was missing, the mind-muscle connection. I just simply wasn't connected to my legs. And guess what? It changed everything. My results went from disappointing to shit real quick. Because it does nothing. But I have 4 exercises that will blow up your legs. And it works. Smith's Machine Bulgarian Split Squats. Despite its long and boring name, it is a game changer. It does everything better than its free weight variation. It is stable, and even though the weight is on your traps, it's not uncomfortable at all. But the best part is the setup. This exercise will heavily hit your quads and glutes, and you can make the argument that the range of motion is going to limit the amount of quads you will get because the back leg is going to touch the floor and that's going to stop the range of motion. But this is it. You can set yourself up to hit your quads more and you have no way of changing that anymore. To get more quads, you need your knees to pass over your toes. And you can get there if you step a bit closer to the bench and on the barbell, you're a bit closer to the middle. In this way, you are going to be forced in a position to go down in that line where your knees are going over your toes and you have no way of changing this setup or to get out of it. Isn't it amazing? But don't try to get 10 to 15 reps per leg. Your heart is going to give up way faster than your legs. So what I recommend is to ramp up the weight, get in the 5 to 9 rep ranges and only do 2 sets. Try to go really close to failure. Hamstring curl. Even to this day I hear people saying squats are enough for hamstring, but it is the same as saying push-ups are enough for your biceps. You can't have good legs if you neglect this exercise, and having inverted hamstrings should be considered a gym crime. There is an old saying, not even a saying, it's just a known fact. The day you start training, the only people you will impress are guys. Yet I have more girls coming to me saying I have pretty good legs than guys for obvious reasons. We have all seen big biceps, chest, shoulder, back, but toothpick leg syndrome is pretty common for gym bros. So if you want the right attention, focus on the right body part. And this is a common mistake, that the weight is staying stagnant. You won't have bigger hamstrings if you are playing around with 40 kg. Try to get the weight as heavy as possible in a hypertrophy rep range. You know what I'm going to say, 5 to 10 rep ranges for 2 to 3 sets, and in 9 months you are going to see a huge change. Leg extension, and I know what you are going to say, you are already using this machine. You are using it wrong. I see way too many people focusing on sensation, at least on this machine. You can do all the mind muscle jerking. If you are only capable of lifting a fraction of the weight, then you will get a fraction of the gains. Forget muscle burn, mind muscle masturbation, and just focus on progressing your weights and your reps. Max this machine out in a hypertrophy rep range and see how your legs are going to take off in size. Trust me, when you take this machine to failure, even in the 5 to 9 rep ranges, you will get a massive bump. And you will also feel your muscles working, and yet you didn't have to focus on any of these things, they just come. But this last exercise was a major game changer. Hip abduction, and for most of the gym bros, half of their legs are missing. I mean the middle half. And there is a really good trick for this machine. I usually set it to the biggest range of motion and push it together with my arms. This way you are not limited by the machine's setting and you can get wider and wider with every rep you do. So basically you get some stretching as well. If you haven't done this exercise, and I know you haven't, then it is time to do it. Work the way up in the weights. Do it twice per week, 2 to 3 sets in the 5 to 9 rep ranges, and you will even see some newbie gains kicking off. And with this, you will complete your leg development. Don't forget to subscribe, like, watch this video next. Talk to you in the next one.